Since I started this YouTube channel, I just come on here whenever I get an idea or a topic to talk about. I just talk and, get all my thoughts out, my ideas. But yesterday, I finally turned 21, November 6th. It was my 21st birthday, born November 6th, 96, Scorpio season. For those who are in the zodiac signs, shout out to my fellow Scorpios. But yeah, yesterday was a pretty interesting day. Not only did I turn 21, it was my biological father's birthday. He turned 55, I believe. And the people in my life that know me, they know, I grew up without a father. They know, my father wasn't in my life. I was pretty much raised by a single mother. But yesterday was an interesting day because my father, who currently resides in Arizona, we've been keeping contact recently, and he lives in Arizona. But yesterday it was, it was his birthday as well. How ironic. How many people do you know with the same birthday as their father? But he came into Michigan yesterday. I didn't even know. I went to my mother's house, and he was there. It was a pretty surreal moment. But that's what this video gonna be about. It's gonna be about just what I felt and what I experienced when I saw my father yesterday after not seeing him for so many years. It was the first time we've met in person, and I've talked to him over the phone. Went back and forth with him through messages. Occasionally, every once in a while. But just to see him in the physical, see him in the flesh, it was pretty surreal. And when he left and when he made his exit from our life, I was a baby. I don't even remember him. So it was, I'm pretty sure it was surreal for him as well. But in my 21 years of living, what I'm learning is that forgiveness is important. And in order for anybody to succeed, and in order for anybody, to be successful at anything, you gotta have a clear mind. You gotta understand yourself, understand who you are, and understand why you are who you are. And, as I'm getting older, I'm learning that my life experiences are what have shaped me, and they are what have made me who I am today. So I feel as though me holding a grudge or me being mad at any experience that has occurred in my life, no matter, how awful the situation was. And, as a kid, as a teenager, as an adolescent, I used to hate my father. I'm not even gonna lie. I used to, have so much hate and anger towards him because of the way he treated my family, the way he left my family, and most importantly, the way he abandoned and left my mother, with two boys to just raise on her own, really. And we live in Detroit, Michigan. We come from a rough background, but my mother didn't want us to experience that. So she moved us out. She moved us to a better neighborhood. She put us in a better school system, and she did everything she could, worked 50 to 65 hours a week. And there was some nights, where my mother would leave before I woke up, and then be back home by the time I was sleeping. And then the next morning she would be gone before I was asleep. So it was, in high school, was probably like the roughest time for us. It was a lot going on during my high school years. And I just used to think about all that stuff, like, what if my father was in my life? What if my father and my mother were still together? What if my father, didn't owe my mom, hundreds of thousands of dollars? And, I used to hate him for that. But, one day, I feel like it was a direct message, from God, a direct message from, the higher power, telling me to just forgive and let go of all those emotions, and let go of all that pain, all that, hurt and negativity. And that's what I've done. And right now I'm on a path, on a completely different path. And when you are on the right path, you know, your life just starts to go a certain way. It seems like, you know, situations and events begin to occur that puts everything in order. What are the odds that, you know, I will find my passion? And then, you know, a few months later, you know, start this YouTube channel. And then a few months later, meet my father. And before all that, you know, find, you know, a way that I feel, you know, I can take care of my whole family, you know, not only for this generation, but multiple generations. So when I've came to realize, again, I'm gonna bring it back to, you know, forgiveness in my 21 years of life, is that there's no reason to be mad at anybody that do you wrong. No matter how bad they do you, how awful they treat you, because it's always positivity that can be taken from that experience. And when positivity can be extracted, growth can occur. And when growth occurs, you know, you have potential to reach your full potential. So that's what I learned in my 21 years, you know, living. That's like one of the biggest lessons, because when I had all that, you know, hate and resentment towards my father, I was blinded from, you know, the other aspects of life. And the aspect of life is, you know, the more you hurt, the more pain you experience, the better you're gonna be. And a lot of people ask me, you know, why do you work so hard? Why are you so motivational? Why are you so inspirational? Why do you think the way you do? And the only answer I have for that is, you know, if you've seen what I've seen and you experience what I experienced, you will understand everything. And, you know, that's what I want to do with writing. And that's what, you know, I plan to do with writing. I plan, you know, to bring a new experience into this world. I'm creating a whole new experience. You know, I'm allowing individuals to walk in shoes they've never had before. You know, not just my shoes, but shoes that is going to allow them to see life from, you know, multiple different perspectives. So, you know, this is a, you know, part one of a video. And, you know, there's going to be more videos like this. But as an African American, it's common that we don't grow up with a father. It's common to see our father go to jail. It's common to see family members sell drugs, family members do drugs. You know, as an African American, you come in, you know, from a completely different cultural background than other ethnicities. And, you know, a lot of people are shocked when I tell them, you know, my father wasn't in my life, but, you know, that's my reality. I was affected by the prison system. I've seen my father in jail. I've seen my older brother in jail. I was affected by, you know, the crack industry. My father, he was addicted to crack. And all that played a direct effect in my life, because what if, you know, drugs, you know, didn't affect him? You know, what if he didn't go to prison? You know, what if, you know, all that stuff, you know, how will my life be different? But I can't think about all that. I can't think about all that negativity, because it's a lot of positivity that came from it, and there's a lot of positivity that's going to keep coming from it. So what I plan to do in my story is, you know, to spread inspiration. And the fact that, you know, my father is, you know, back after 21 years, a lot of people will be, you know, well, you back after 21 years, you know, it's been 21 years, fuck you. But, you know, that's not how I think. My father, he was gone for 21 years. Yes, he was. But you know, now he's back. He's back with a clear head. He's back with a level head. You know, he's, you know, has actions to back up his claims. You know, he said he was going to do better, and he's doing better. So why not reward somebody, you know, for doing better? His life, you know, didn't go the way he planned, but as long as you got time, that's all that matters. And, you know, a lot of people don't have a chance to reconnect with their fathers. A lot of people, fathers don't come back into their lives. And I feel like it's a blessing on both ends. It's a blessing for me, and it's a blessing for him. You know, I feel like, you know, me trying to, you know, rekindle this connection is going to help him stay sober. It's going to help him stay clear-headed. If I can play a part in somebody's life positively, you know, why not? Why hold that grudge? Why not forgive? Because change is possible. And that's what I'm learning. You know, it don't matter how low you go. It don't matter how high you go. Things can always change. If you on the bottom, you can rise to the top. If you on the top, you can rise to the bottom. And right now, I'm, you know, witnessing with my own eyes a man transform his whole life. So, you know, not only am I inspiring him to do better, he inspiring me to do better. And, you know, as I share this story and as I grow this YouTube channel, other people gonna be inspired by what I'm doing. You know, one day I feel like I'm gonna be inspiration for the youth, especially the African American youth, because we all, you know, have similar, you know, problems, and nobody life story is, you know, worse than the other or better than the other. And, you know, that's it for this video, man. Go follow my Instagram account. It's the same as my YouTube, same as my Twitter, Ken Vinales. And like this video, like and subscribe. If you got a Facebook, share this to your Facebook. It might be somebody that this video can help. But, you know, that's it for this video. Like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.